What's up, everybody? It's Why We Love Horror. We saw a movie yesterday. I'm JWMaher. That's Aaron Brooks. How you feeling, Aaron?
Pretty good. This is one that has slowly, I feel like, gained some steam as it's gotten closer to getting released. I think it was at Fantastic or Fantasia, one of the fests of some
Fest,
sort.
I believe.
Fantastic Fest, and it seemed to get pretty good buzz there. I recently saw the original, very deleted Silent Night, Deadly Night, directed by Mike P. Nelson.
Yeah, Mike P. Nelson hasn't done a ton. He did the Wrong Turn reboot, which we haven't seen. And he also did the segment in VHS 85, the one that's cut in half, No Wake and Ambrosia, where the 7 people get killed by a sniper on the lake and then they come back to life because the lake, if you touch the lake water, you can't die. And they go and they attack the folks that killed them. But so Mike P. Nelson, up and comer. And this, I feel, is a decent feather in his cap. Like, this is not like it is, while it is a remake of a cult classic that I think maybe some people were hesitant to be like, why are you doing this? I also feel like Silent Night, Deadly Night is very, like, it's just a basic slasher where you could do something with it. And I feel that Mike P. Nelson did do something with it.
Yeah, no, I definitely, I agree. I really liked the original, just, or I liked it. I didn't really like it. And I, not to give away too much here, I like this one as well. I think it's, a solid take for sure. I think it has some really cool direction, like choices from Mike P. Nelson. Like, I love the kind of setup for each kill. I think that's done really well. And like this kind of still frame of like the bright red, like, and black, like contrasted photo. Like, I think that was a really cool kind of like 70s grindhouse almost. Like,
yeah, there's a few like graphics that are just interspersed in the movie that I enjoyed those too. It's cool. It kind of gave me like it is like that whole like that homage, exploitation homage, like Hobo with a Shotgun kind of thing. Yeah, it was really good.
Yeah, and like overall, it definitely reminded me in some ways with regards to brutality to When Evil Lurks. Not with how it executes it, though, if that makes sense. Just kind of with some of the meanness of and brutality of the violence. Like, it did remind me of When Evil Lurks, but it also like.
But it was a little funny. Like, there was some comedy. If When Evil Lurks was a horror comedy, yes.
Yeah, like but like it also like kind of holds back with some of the gore. Like, it doesn't always show like everything, and it's probably part with the budget here. I think that. Like, that's something that in some ways held it back for me, like even from like a Terrifier level of a horror movie. Just for me, like, it's like, and I don't even love like the Terrifier movies, but I respect them and like appreciate how they go for it. I think this like made the choice to kind of half go for it in that way, and it held it back for me.
I'll say this before we put spoilers up. Like, if you're on the fence about seeing this movie, like, the setup for the movie is almost identical to the setup for the original, the 84 Silent Night, Deadly Night. Like, kid visits his grandfather, and then on the way home, his parents are killed by a guy in a Santa suit. There, at that point, the movies diverge, with the exception of the fact that Billy Chapman is a deeply disturbed individual. However, and instead of just being a villain like he is in the first one, he's kind of an anti-hero in this one,
right? I guess. So it's a modern horror movie.
Yes.
And Rowan Campbell gets his chance finally to play a psychotic, traumatized, young.
Yeah, finally. He's always had it in him. I would say like there's 2 aspects of this movie that like make it wildly differ. One is the fact that like we learn that he's not just a broken individual that's killing people. By witnessing the death of the man in the Santa Claus suit that kills his parents in like a fight, like he shoots the dad, the mom kicks him in the throat with her stiletto, but he shoots her while it happens. And as he's dying, the curse / superpower, whatever you want to call it, since he touches the guy, passes on to him. And then the spirit of that man is now like a voice in his head. And it is legit what Bill Paxton has in Frailty. It's the same thing.
Yes.
That was what I noticed in the movie. It's the same exact superpower. Like I can tell someone's evil and I can see what they did.
Yes. And so if you haven't seen Frailty, your mind's getting blown at this point by this movie, probably to a substantial degree higher than John and I. And, you know, like it's part of, you've seen a lot of movies, it's going to hold that. But that is a significant, like, aspect of Frailty that doesn't pop up a whole lot. And when it does, it, you know, just it starts to feel a little derivative in some ways of just like a few different things, which is just a lot of modern horror. I didn't review Shelby Oaks on the channel. I don't think we did at all, but Shelby Oaks, like, to me, that also held Shelby Oaks back for me. Spoiler alert for Shelby Oaks. Like, you could tell the homages and the inspirations everywhere, and they were starting to feel like imitations at points. But like, it's not, I don't want to like overly be critical about it, because like I still had like a really good time with this movie. I thought Rowan Campbell is also really good. We haven't mentioned yet, but Ruby Modine, I think she's excellent in the movie.
Great.
You know, I feel like the performances are pretty top notch. The crazy Santa, who's been in a bunch of stuff, I'm blanking on his name right now. But like everybody's like really, really good. The people who end up getting killed by Billy, you're like rooting for these deaths, and they're, you know, for the most part, pretty satisfying. But
Mark Atchison is the voice in his head.
Yeah, and Mark Atchison, which like they have some moments like that reminded me of the humor kind of from like Idle Hand, when they're fighting, when, you know, they're falling in love, and like just like Rowan Campbell has a lot of talent, so that's definitely shown here as well.
Yeah, I'll say like there's two aspects of the movie. Like, if for one, it is kind of like a romance. They have like it becomes like a natural born killers thing by the end of the movie. But it isn't in the beginning of the movie. Like they hint that Pam, Ruby Modine's character, like the waitress at the beginning of the movie, is like, stay away from her. She's like fucked up. She doesn't really read as fucked up. She just kind of has like an anger problem. But
she fucks up those kids at the hockey rink.
But yeah, she does beat the shit out of two hockey players. Like goes on the ice and fucks them up. But like, you know, she doesn't kill them. She just beats the shit out of them. But like, that's just anger problems. But by the end of the movie, she inherits the the frailty curse. And the second piece is like there's a lot of like really good comedy that works, and it's a lot of like subject matter that isn't funny, but they make it funny. Like when there's one lady who's just like another bitch mother at the hockey rink, and like his spider sense goes off that he should kill that lady. It turns out she's like the leader of like a neo-Nazi club. In like the hills, which is like probably the best scene in the movie, where he just goes in the room with an axe, and it becomes like the end of the home.
Yes. And just kills a bunch of Nazi Santas. It's just like, this is a good time.
It's a good time.
You know, and like I've heard about most of the Silent Night movies, Deadly Night movies. It's a good time. I do want to check out the other ones at this point. I'm going to check out 2 through 4 or whatever it is, of the older, of 2 through 5. You know, and who knows? Maybe there'll be an Aaron and Wines list at some point. But for this one, I think it was mostly a success, and I had a good time at the movies.
I would agree. It's a fun time all in all, but I think we're kind of like we're begging the question: what do we rate this movie? I think Aaron and I wound up the same way. Like, is this the greatest movie you're going to see all year? Not even close. It's not going to crack up. But this is not bad. It's not bad for any metric. And I think if you enjoy like campy slasher, modern slashers, like this is right up there. Is it hard eyes? No. But is it good? Hell yeah, it's good. This is a solid, the most 3.5 of 3.5 movies I could ever 3.5.
Yes, leave it up there, 3.5. It's a solid double off the wall. You know, not gonna write home about it, but I'm not gonna write home about it in a bad way either. Like it's better than I'm making it sound from that. But yeah, overall, you know, you've heard our thoughts.
Yeah, there's no part of this movie where you're gonna be like, oh, that was so fucking stupid. Like every decision, campy or off the wall or whatever, makes perfect sense. And the two lead performances are solid. There's no weak link in this movie.
No,
yeah,
I agree.
That being said, if you made it this far in the video, like, comment, subscribe, and share. Go to the Facebook group at Why We Love Horror. And you know what, kids? We're doing a Letterboxd challenge next year. We'd love for you to join us here at this website. You can pause the video, go to that QR code. You'll get all the prompts for the 2026 third annual Why We Love Horror Letterboxd Challenge. Aaron won't be joining me when I review Five Nights at Freddy's 2 next, because I'm going to go see that later, and then I'll put that review up. This will probably be up on Wednesday. Five Nights at Freddy's will be up later on Wednesday, along with our other programming, which you're going to see in this cutaway.